Good evening, everyone. This is the Board of Trustees regular meeting. It's June 12th, 2018 at 7:30 p.m. on the dot. This is meeting number 2018-12. Would everyone rise? Oops, let's call the roll, please.
President Barry?
Here.
Trustee Warder?
Say here, Terry.
Here, I'm sorry.
Trustee Streit? Trustee Stalker?
Here.
Trustee Olenichek?
Here.
Trustee Desmond will not be here tonight, and Trustee Phelan. We have a
Thank you.
quorum.
Would everyone rise for the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 3 tonight is public comments. We do have one person on the sheet here that I'd like to call Courtney Hederman to come up to the podium, please. Courtney is going to speak about the crossing guard proposal. And Courtney, the way we do this is you have 3 minutes, and just let us know if you live in Oak Lawn and state your name, please.
Thank you so much. Good evening, trustees, and good evening, Mayor. Thank you so much, and thank you to obviously all the wonderful people that are here tonight. I am a resident of Oak Lawn. I live at 10624 South Keeler Avenue. These are my children. This is Catherine, Nora, and Mary. They attend St. Catherine of Alexandria School. We are a block away, and thus we walk to school every day, even in the snow and rain. Anyway, I'm here to talk actually about, obviously, the proposal that's forth to you tonight in outsourcing or privatizing that service. And I just want to say our crossing guard's name is Mr. Ray. And he's been doing it for a very long time. It's been almost 20 years that he's been there. He does a fine job. He's loving and kind and everything that you would expect from somebody who's dealing with children and families. I appreciate him. He keeps my children safe and me as we cross, as well as my children get older and can walk themselves to school. Obviously, the intent for my husband and I was to have him cross them safely, regardless if we were there or not. I obviously am disheartened that there would be a proposal like this, mostly because sometimes if it's not broke, don't fix it, and I don't really understand what potentially could be broken in this case. I'm all for efficiency and all of those things, and I think in this case, this is something that maybe shouldn't be touched. We have a lot of challenges overall as a society, but particularly in our community. Everyone does a great job, and I appreciate everything. But again, if it's not broke, don't fix it, and I don't think this one is in this case. Ray is one of many crossing guards that does a fabulous job day in and day out, and I can tell you in his tenure, he missed 2 days of all the time he's ever crossed, and that was for the death of his wife. So to say he has a commitment and love and passion would be an understatement. Now, the only other thing I will say is my day job is I work for AARP. And obviously I work with older adults day in and day out every day. My AARP membership is 50 and older. And a big part of AARP's data and research is that people are living longer. And why are they living longer? And what are they doing? And AARP used to stand for the American Association of Retired Persons. It no longer stands for that anymore. It stands just for the letters AARP because 76% of our membership is actually still working. They're not retired. They're doing something. They're wanting to give back in their community. And this is a perfect example. You have all these crossing guards within our community, not just ours, Mr. Ray, that are living out the rest of their life in a very purposeful way and doing it very kindly and lovingly. So I can only say I wish that as you look at this proposal, please consider a no vote in outsourcing and keep our current crossing guards. They mean a lot. And in addition, all I can say is that think about the first person that you see in the morning outside of your nuclear family. Who's the first person you see? Think about that. Anybody. Who's the first person that you see? The first person we see is Mr. Ray. That's who my kids see. He is loving and kind. He asks us every day, how are my girls? How's everyone doing? Have a great day. Can you imagine how wonderful that is, that spirit? And that's what they hear before they go in and learn. That's what they get from him. That's amazing. And I don't want that to be changed. He wants to keep doing that. Many other crossing guards in our community want to keep doing that. And we need Ray to stay and every other crossing guard. And my
you very
children
much.
have something to hand out.
Actually, yeah, that's your 3 minutes, but
Yep.
go
No,
ahead.
no,
You
no,
could
no.
wrap it up.
Oh, no, no, we just want to hand out this one thing.
Okay.
Everyone can go around and hand, and one to each person, okay?
They can come up here if it's easier.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Just hand them a picture.
I think you need girls that are more bubbly.
Yep, no, good. No, thank you very much for the
they're
time.
terrific.
And for the folks that are in the audience, the picture is of my children with Mr. Ray on the very last day of school, which was last Tuesday. And I was compelled to take that photo because he's loving and kind and my kids love him. We love him and we want him to stay. Thank you again.
Very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Larry, anything you want to say, or you're good? Or?
No, Mayor, as you know, the board has held several public meetings during the budget process for the last several cycles, looking at this issue and giving every opportunity for any of the men and women who currently service us and you as crossing guards to participate in the selection process for the contractor. So they'll all be given an opportunity to do so, and we'll certainly take your comments and the young lady's comments into very serious consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 4 is conflict of interest disclosure. Does anyone have a conflict to disclose with any item on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we're going to move on to item 5, oath of office and appointment of fire rescue chief Michael George, and oath of office and appointment of fire rescue deputy chief Zachary Riddle. I'm going to turn it over to you, Larry.
Thank you very much, Mayor and Board, and it's a distinct honor tonight. At our last meeting, we had the opportunity, somewhat sad to me, to bid farewell to a 25-plus year veteran in our Public Works Department, Mr. Lopez. And it's nice tonight to be welcoming new members of the village associates and workforce. So I'd like to thank everybody who's here tonight. This is going to be a 3-step process. I'm going to do my best to introduce our guests, and if I miss anybody, you have my apologies, and I'll ask you to stand after I introduce you, and then collectively, our mayor and our board and myself would like to stand and salute you for your service to your respective communities. And from the bottom of our heart, for public safety first responders, we thank you for everything you do every single day. Following that, I'm going to ask Chief Robert Tucko to go to the podium. I have a few words for our Chief Robert Tucko. And then we will have the oath of service that will be administered by our village clerk, followed by a badge pinning ceremony given by loved ones of the incoming chief and deputy chief by our fine mayor, Dr. Sandy Burry. So let me begin. I see in the audience, we are extremely pleased to have our state representative and Representative Ma. If I could have you stand. Representative Ma represents the section of the southwest community of Chicago, section of Bridgeport, Chinatown, and other adjacent neighborhoods. She represents the first Asian American elected to the Illinois State General Assembly. Thank you very much. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't know if City of Chicago Fire Commissioner Santiago has arrived. He has. If I could introduce, representing the City of Chicago, our Fire Commissioner for the great world-class City of Chicago, Jose Santiago. And not to be outdone, but a colleague of his, the Honorable Richard Ford II, First Deputy Commissioner, City of Chicago Fire Department. And we have 2 chiefs, one longstanding member of our regional Oak Lawn Emergency Communications that Director Toussaint works very closely with. If I could have Chief Sean Malloy from Bedford Park be recognized. And our newest member of the Emergency Dispatch Center is from Alsip Fire Department, Chief Tom Stasinski. Tom. Both Sean and Tom, I'd like to thank you for your confidence. We're only as strong as our three units, emergency communications, police, and fire. So thank you for your commitment, serving on the board, working with the other fire chiefs for the area. Then I'd like to recognize, and again, if I miss a one, please let me know, but is Chief Rich Michael from Elk Grove Village here tonight? Thank you. And I know I'm going to get this one right because I had the opportunity to talk to a significant other, and since I have a lot of Beechin relatives in Naperville historically, I'd like to recognize Chief Mark Pugnitis from Naperville. Thank you, Chief. I have Chief Forrest Reeder from Tinley Park. Deputy Chief Tim Leidig from West Chicago. I have from Grays Lake Fire Department, John Christian, who is president of the Illinois Fire Chiefs Association. And here's a special guy, Hank Clemenson, who is the retired Fire Chief, Palatine Rural Fire Department District, past president of the International Association of Fire Chiefs. A lot of you have traveled from all over the Chicago area, and I do respect your commitment, tradition, service, and the awesome responsibility you have. And I know we have members of our Oak Lawn Fire Rescue Department that are here tonight that are standing to the right of you, and I know that they will also recognize and appreciate your service for their fellow firefighters in our community and your communities. I have Edmund Enright, retired Deputy District Chief, City of Chicago. I have on my list here Chief Ed St. Louis Bourbonnais Fire District. Deputy Chief Jim Keener from the Bourbonnais Fire District. Battalion Chief David Piper, Orland Fire District. I have Deputy Chief Retired Don Katerabach from the Bloomingdale Fire District. I have Battalion Chief Kevin Mulligan from the Pleasant View Fire District. Chief Bill Timmer from Highland, Indiana Fire Department. Chief of Police Phil Smith from the Montgomery, Illinois Police Department. You're all special, and I have one here that is really special, and I know special to our state representative and our mayor. I have the privilege of introducing Chief Tracy Kenny Ganya, Fire Chief of Broadview. Thank you, Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, the motto of our Oak Lawn Fire Department is the desire to serve, the courage to act, and the ability to perform. If I could have Chief Robert Tutko approach the podium, please. Thank you, Bob. Bob came to Oak Lawn as a successful retired Deputy Chief of Administrative Services for our fine neighboring community of Downers Grove. He came to work with Chief George Sheets, who had been newly appointed in Oak Lawn in the capacity of deputy chief. After a short period of time, he was promoted and sought out as a chief in a neighboring community. And after that tenure, he also served another community as chief and returned to become deputy chief. His tenure was short as deputy chief, and upon the announcement of the retirement of Chief Sheets, I called into my office and I asked him if he would be willing to step up on short notice and accept those responsibilities. As awesome as they may be, because that was not the plan that he had in his career. Bob, I want to thank you for everything you have done on behalf of the men and women of the department. More important, for the residents of this community, keeping in mind their safety and their comfort through your tenure as acting chief, and I wish you the very best in a successful career going forward. Robert, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, if I could ask both Mike Mavro-George and Zachary Riddle to approach the dais and join our village clerk, Jane Quinlan, who will swear you in, followed by a badge ceremony that will be administered by our mayor, Dr. Burry.
I, Michael Mavro-George,
I, Michael Mavro-George,
having been appointed
having been appointed
to the rank of fire chief
to the rank of fire chief
in the village of Oak Lawn, county of Cook,
in the village of Oak Lawn, county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of fire chief
of fire chief
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. I, Zachary Riddle,
I, Zachary Riddle,
having been appointed
having been appointed
to the rank
to the rank
of Deputy Fire Chief
of Deputy Fire Chief
in the village of Oak Lawn, county of Cook,
in the village of Oak Lawn, county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Deputy Fire Chief
of Deputy Fire Chief
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Welcome.
While we're getting ready for the badge ceremony, I knew I would, my humble apologies, but that's okay, because you get singled out. I neglected to mention a very, very distinguished gentleman who actually happens to be the father of Zach Riddle, who is with us, and his father is the retired fire chief. We go back, the board remembers Ernie Russell, His father was the chief in East Peoria, has roots going back to Ernie, late Ernie Russell, who did an outstanding job for this community. And he also served and retired as chief from Sycamore, Illinois, and is a Vietnam veteran. If you could kindly stand, Chief. Now, we've got another special guy here, and it's kind of unique that a firefighter would drive up from the St. Louis Downtown Airport Authority as a rank of firefighter to honor his chief, lament that he's leaving, but also wish him good wishes and well. So if you could kindly stand, firefighter Terry Bowman from the St. Louis Downtown Airport. All yours, Mayor.
Hey, thank you. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We have a beautiful crowd here. I want to congratulate our new chief and deputy chief. We are so proud to have you here, so proud of the showing we see, and I know wonderful things are going to happen moving forward. We're so excited, and Chief, I would like you to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
President Dr. Burry, trustees, Mr. Manager, citizens of Oak Lawn, guests, and the members of the Oak Lawn Fire Department that are here today. I am here today honored and humbled to be introduced as your new chief of the Oak Lawn Fire Department. I promise I will lead with integrity, honesty, and professionalism. To our Latina community, estoy aquí para servir a todos. I'm sorry I didn't try to really butcher that, but so it's an honor to begin assembling a talented and progressive leadership team with the addition of Deputy Chief Zach Riddle. I've known Zach for several years, and together we will accomplish great things for the citizens of Oak Lawn. To all of these great fire service professionals, family, and friends that took their time to come out and support us, it means a lot to both Zach and I. Thank you so much. Today's EMS and fire service is not the service of 50 years ago, 25 years ago, or even 10 years ago. The most successful and effective departments across the nation understand this and the importance of innovating and changing to address new challenges and threats. Evolution is the key. The reality of today's EMS and fire service environment nationally is that approximately 75% of what we do involves medical care. Less than 3% of what we do involves working fires. Active shooters are no longer a matter of if, but a matter of when. And disasters are more frequent and can strike anywhere with devastating consequences. Today's EMS and fire professional must be an all-hazards, EMS-focused fire protection generalist, able to rapidly adapt to new challenges and master new skills. I am aware of the gargantuan challenges that must be addressed here in Oak Lawn and aware of the protracted labor management strife. This has weighed heavily on my mind in the past few weeks. No one likes change, but change must happen. The status quo is not beneficial to the village, to the firefighters union, and most definitely not the citizens of Oak Lawn. Let us move forward to make the Oak Lawn Fire Department known for its inclusiveness and being on the leading edge of our profession, so that the brightest and most talented young paramedics from across the state and nation want to come work here. Let this department be as diverse as our community. Let us be the leader in recruiting women into the EMS and fire service and cultivating them into the future leaders of this department. Let us move forward from the past and into a new, brighter future. Let us understand what we were, what we are, and most definitely and importantly, what we can become with a new vision and willingness to evolve to address future challenges and threats. Let us work together to accomplish these goals. Our mission must be to become the leader in providing pre-hospital emergency medical care, community risk reduction, and fire protection services. All employees must be held to the highest level of ethical conduct, integrity, and public service. As your new chief, I promise to work with the village president, trustees, village manager, and IAFF Local 3405 to make the changes necessary to develop a sustainable staffing and deployment model that addresses the challenges and threats facing the EMS and fire service of the future, and takes into consideration the economic considerations of the village, the burden to the taxpayers, and balances that with operating safely in all mission areas. I have dedicated my career to the EMS and fire service, wish to serve everyone here, but I cannot do this alone. Help me move this department forward. Help me lead change. Thank you for your trust, and I look forward to serving you.
Your Honor, Mayor Burry, trustees, elected officials, Manager Deachin, senior village staff, family, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here humbled and honored to be among you. All of you that I have served with, walked alongside of, whether a firefighter, a police officer, a Marine, or a soldier, I appreciate everything that you've done for me. Sometimes there was 2 sets of footprints, and sometimes there was 1. So thank you. I appreciate it. As we move forward into the next 100 years of our village and the longstanding history of our fire department, we do so focused and determined to deliver outstanding service to our village residents, neighbors, friends, and visitors. Our front sight post is focused on saving lives and doing the right thing. It's pretty simple. We believe in our mission, vision, and values, specifically our leadership values of loyalty, empathy, duty, respect, honor, integrity, personal courage, selfless service. That's what we believe in, and that's true of our future leadership team. We give a tip of the helmet to the longstanding duty, pride, and tradition in the history of the Oak Lawn firefighters. Thank you, men and women, for everything that you've done, and I look forward to walking along your side as we grow our fire rescue department in the future. Tip of the helmet to you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we tighten up our shoulder straps and we lean forward, we cross the starting line of our new journey. Thank you very much, Your Honor, trustees. I appreciate being here, and I'm highly honored and humbled. Thank you.
Trustee Stalker is our fire department liaison. I'd like to call him up for say a few words.
Yeah, I just want to say special thanks to Bob Tucko, who is leaving the position of acting fire chief. Bob was brought here as deputy chief to work with George Sheets. When George left quickly, he stepped up, he stepped in, he took the job over, and he was a great service to the village of Oak Lawn. It wasn't an easy thing to do, but he did it well, and I really appreciate your work, Bob. Thank you very much. The Oak Lawn Fire Department has a very bright past, and I'm sure with the help of the new chief and deputy chief, it'll have a brilliant future, and I'm really looking forward to working with these folks in the very near future. Thank you.
Trustee Stalker. At this point, Chief, it's your turn to come center stage up front. Chief, you have your fiancée, Lavon Mundy, here. I'd like to call her up as well. And a very special young man named Levi. Hi, Levi. Levi is 5 years old, and what we're going to do now is place the pin. Thank you, and congratulations. Now I'd like to call up Deputy Chief Riddle, and also retired Chief William Riddle. This is, in case you can't guess, his father. It's such an honor to have you here today, sir. You're retired from East Peoria and Sycamore. And then we have some kids. What are the kids' names?
My daughter Zeta.
Zeta
Zane.
and Zing. Thank you. And don't go too far, gentlemen. I'd like to have a photo with just the two of you, if we could. Press has asked for this. And then I would like all the dignitaries who are here today to come up for a photo. But let's do the two for first. Okay. And all the chiefs and dignitaries who made the time to come here today, come on up for a group shot if you can. If there's anyone we didn't recognize, I want to thank you for being here also. What a wonderful show of support for our community and our new leaders.
Jump right in the middle.
Okay, let's cluster together a little bit. Let's get a good photo here. Everyone's invited to stay, but you do not have to. We are not mad if you don't. We understand. Thank you. Very nice that you're here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and showing that support. It's super impressive. Means a lot to all of us, and especially to our new chief and deputy chief.
See a lot of firemen.
No. I don't think they,
Okay.
fully in tune with this.
Nice Lynn, came, is she okay there?
Sure they're not.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I'm sure that has something to do with the appointment.
Yeah.
That part of
Lynn gonna stay there?
this adversary. You can't promote from within.
Okay.
We were at one time. We set the standards for all these departments.
And even the next battalion chief.
Thank you again for coming, everyone.
Which is okay with me.
Okay. Thank you again. We're going to move on to item 6, which is a request to approve the St. Catherine of Alexandria Charge On 5K Run Walk to be held on Saturday, August 18th, 2018. May I have a motion on 6, please?
Move to approve.
Second.
That was trustee Phelan, I think, and second by trustee Oliniechek. Any discussion?
Donna Marie Ivers is here.
Oh, hi. Do you want to say a few words? Can you state your name and let us know if you live in Oak Lawn?
My name is Donna Marie Ivers, and yes, I live in. This will be the 8th annual St. Catherine's Charge on 5K. It's a great way, we start off the school year with it and have our parish picnic that same day. Great way to get the school year going. This year, we've also joined forces with St. Germain, St. Gerald, and St. Linus. We're doing what's called the Tour to Oak Lawn, and all the participants that participate in all 4 of our 5Ks will be entered into a raffle for special prizes once all 4 races have completed. So this is the second one in the circuit.
It's awesome.
Very good.
It's awesome. Any questions or other discussion? Let's call the vote, please.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you there. Item 7 is approval of the meeting minutes for the closed meeting minutes 2018-04 dated March 13th, 2018. May I have a motion on 7?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, trustee Vorder made that motion. Do I have a second? Second, trustee Stalker. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 8 is approval of the meeting minutes for the closed meeting minutes 2018-05 dated April 10th, 2018. May I have a motion on 8, please?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, trustee Stalker made that motion.
I'll second.
Seconded by trustee Vorder. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 9 is approval of the meeting minutes for the regular meeting minutes 2018-11 dated May 22nd, 2018. May I have a motion on 9, please?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, trustee Stalker made that motion.
I guess I'll second
Seconded
again.
by trustee Vorder. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Abstain.
Motion passes 401.
Thank you. 10 is new business by village trustees. Let's start in District 2 today with trustee Oliniechek.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to give a progress update on one of the most extensive projects that this village will see, the Waterworks project. And I will have to tell you, it is the number one question that I get no matter where I go is, how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take and what's going on? So we got some good news. The pipeline construction began in December of 2017 near the intersection of 49th Avenue and Southwest Highway. As you can see, it's a 60-inch diameter water pipe that's going in. The scope of this will be going down Southwest Highway. We, right now, the Southwest Highway between 48th Court and Central Avenue, which is currently reduced to 2 lanes of traffic, 1 in each direction, is scheduled to be reopened to normal traffic by the end of August 2018. So that means by the end of August this year, which we've made some tremendous improvements and some great progress on the waterwork. A second stretch of Southwest Highway between Central Avenue and 95th Street has been reduced to 2 lanes of traffic, 1 lane each direction, in order to complete the pipeline construction near the Oak Lawn Community High School before school is back to regular session in mid-August. So you've seen that we've made some quick work going down Southwest Highway. It'll make the turn, Southwest Highway between 95th Street and Marion Avenue will be reduced to 2 lanes of traffic, 1 lane each direction, starting October of 2018. Good news is the progress of the project is on track with approximately 3,800 linear feet of pipe installed to date. The pipeline construction along Southwest Highway is scheduled to be complete from the Wright Pumping Station to Marion Avenue by July of 2019. So I appreciate everyone's patience in dealing with the traffic and the tearing up of the streets and closing down the streets. But as you can see, a 60-inch pipe is very difficult to move around, and we are replacing, what was the old pipe, Larry, in diameter?
The brand-new pipe, this is the.
I know, but what was the old pipe? What are we replacing? 60-inch with a 40-inch?
42-inch.
42-inch. So that's a big improvement for water flow going further downstairs, down stream to our water partners down in the south. And as we complete this, we will have a redundant, instead of a single phase, a double phase water pumping. So it's a great project, but I know that with great things come a lot of changes. And I know that this has been a huge opportunity for people to show their vigilance, their vigilance for their neighborhoods and their concerns about what's going on in their neighborhood. But when it's complete, I assure you, is going to be very, very nice and very needed for our future. This will take us 20 years down the road.
No, this will take us well past 2040, so it's a multi-generational project.
So that concludes my update on the water project. And I know that we have a long agenda today, but I just, when you're a trustee and you deal with so many people in the village, and a man like Alex Kazmierzak is involved with you, it's hard when you see a man is liked, is loyal to his community, and is loved by his community and his love for the community when he passes away. It's with a sad heart that I saw Mr. Kazmierzak laid to rest yesterday. For those of you who don't know Mr. Kazmierzak, he's a quiet man that did a lot of behind-the-scenes work. But he came here in the early 1970s with his lovely wife, Rosemary, to raise their family. They raised 3 boys and a girl, Alex the third, Michael, Kenneth, and Carolyn. And even after raising his family, Mr. Kazmierzak continued his community service. Just to give you a brief of what Mr. Kazmierzak did while he was here. Alex was an Oak Lawn Park District Commissioner, was a member of the Oak Lawn Board of Appeals, member of the Oak Lawn Parks Foundation. He worked on the fire and police boards, and he was the founding member of the Oak Lawn T-ball program. And to just tell you how this man operated back when T-ball didn't exist, and he had kids that his older kids were able to play baseball, and his younger kids wanted to play baseball. Him and another gentleman sat down, Mr. Anderson, and said, what do we have to do to create this program? And then created it. And I know that Alex shared with me he used to love to drive by the parks and see kids playing T-ball because it didn't exist until himself and some other people put together the plan to make that happen. And just think of how many thousands of kids' lives were affected by being able to play baseball. But Alex was more than just that. He was committed to his faith. He was a member of the St. Gerald's Holy Name Society and a member of the St. Gerald's Parish that was at every event. And I had the distinct pleasure of one of our favorite events to run was Breakfast with Santa, where Alex and I would get up at 5 in the morning and put the prime rib, and anybody that's had the prime rib from St. Gerald's knows it was very good. And in those hours between 5 and 8, we'd drink coffee and talk about many things. And I got to know a great man. He was a man of the neighborhood. He's a man of community. He was a mentor and a friend. He raised his family here in Oak Lawn through belief in faith, family, and community, and he lived it every day. He was a quiet leader and will be missed. So the Kazmierzak family, thank you for letting me get to know your husband and father. And for the village of Oak Lawn, we are going to suffer a major loss with a miss of Mr. Kazmierzak. That concludes my report.
Thanks, trustee. District 3.
Thank you, Mayor. And no question, Alex Kazmierzak was one of the finest, most decent gentlemen you'll ever meet anywhere. I'm sorry for the loss to his family and his friends and neighbors. I want to take a moment to congratulate the new chief, Chief Mavro George and Deputy Chief Riddle on their appointment this evening. It was quite impressive to see so many dedicated public servants come out here tonight and support them. And I certainly wish them the best. I do want to just take a moment to say that I really appreciate the effort by our acting Chief Tudko, and it had to be a very difficult decision because because of the quality and the skill of the personnel in our department, and of course exemplified by
by Acting Chief Tutko. So like I say, I wish the new chief and the deputy the best moving forward. I also want to take a moment to thank the young lady who came up under public comment tonight to express her support for crossing guards in general and her crossing guard very specifically. I grew up in St. Catharines, and I knew the Marneris family my whole life, all the kids, and certainly Ray. So this is touching. It's a touching photo to see, and it means a lot to me, what you said about the experience that you've had with your crossing guard. I just want to say that I know that there's been a statement made that they're all going to be given an opportunity to be employed by Andy Frayne, which I hope does happen, and I hope that moving forward that if this is approved, that we will give it a priority to employ Oak Lawn residents first. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you. District 4.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to echo Alex's statements about Alex Kazmierczak. I've known him for 30 years. I'm on the Parks Foundation with him. He puts hundreds of tireless volunteer hours to make this community better. He will be missed very much. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. District 5.
Nothing at this time, thank you.
District 6.
Nothing this evening.
Thank you. Item 6 is Village Manager's Report. Larry?
No additional items, Mayor.
Thank you. Item 7 is the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine or have been brought forward at the direction of the Board of Trustees and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Okay, so 7A is ordinance 181237, the prevailing wage order. B is ordinance 181238, an ordinance authorizing the sale of 5 surplus vehicles that have reached a useful lifespan. C is ordinance 181239, an ordinance authorizing the disposal of 2 vehicles seized by the Village of Oak Lawn. D is ordinance 181240, an ordinance amending certain sections of Title 8, Chapter 6, entitled Weeds, and certain sections of Title 8, Chapter 8, entitled Vacant Property, pertaining to the abatement of certain vegetation overgrowth. E is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for a parking variation at 6838 West 95th Street. This was a 9-0 vote to approve. Petition number 2018-3. Lila Ismail is the petitioner in District 1. F is ordinance 181241, an ordinance granting a parking variation at 6838 West 95th Street. Same petitioner. G is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for certain variations for construction of a garage and a driveway at 9001 South Ridgeland Avenue. This was a 7-1 vote to approve petition number 2018-14. Mary Haddad is the petitioner in District 1, and H is an ordinance granting that request. I is ordinance 181243, an ordinance amending certain sections of Title 7 entitled Fire Protection and Prevention pertaining to the mitigation rates for the deployment of emergency services by the Oak Lawn Fire Department. J is resolution 181240, a resolution approving an employment agreement for the position of Fire Chief of the Village of Oak Lawn Fire and Rescue Department. K is resolution 181241, a resolution for a legislative body relating to a money purchase plan. L is resolution 181242, a resolution approving the creation of a 401A money purchase retirement plan for the fire chief of the Oak Lawn Fire and Rescue Department. M is resolution 181243, a resolution authorizing a professional services agreement with CDM Smith Incorporated to perform certain engineering services pertaining to the Regional Water System Asset Management Program. N is resolution 181244, a resolution authorizing a professional services agreement with CDM Smith Incorporated to perform certain engineering services pertaining to the transmission main bid package portion of the regional water system. O is resolution 181245, resolution authorizing a professional services agreement with Christopher Burke Engineering Limited to perform certain engineering services pertaining to the respreading of excavation spoils. P is Resolution 181246, a resolution approving a crossing guard agreement with Andy Frame Services Incorporated. Q is Resolution 181247, resolution awarding in situ form the contract for the 2018 sanitary sewer inspection and rehabilitation program. R is Resolution 181248, a resolution awarding Michaels Corporation the contract for the 2018 manhole rehab project. S is Resolution 181249, resolution authorizing the renewal of an automated traffic law enforcement agreement with Safe Speed. T is a request of Board of Trustees approval and direction to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to promote one police lieutenant and one sergeant from the current eligibility list due to an impending retirement. U is a request of the Board of Trustees approval and direction to the Board of the Fire and Police Commissioners to promote one firefighter paramedic on the current eligibility list. That is Agenda Item 7. May I have a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Thank you. Motion by Trustee Phelan. Is there
Second.
Second by Trustee Stalker. Any discussion?
Mayor, I'd like to remove D for,
Okay, we are removing 7D. Any other discussion? Okay, let's call the vote on everything except 7D.
Trustee Vorder?
yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
7D is an ordinance amending certain sections of Title 8, Chapter 6 entitled Weeds and certain sections of Title 8, Chapter 8 entitled Vacant Property pertaining to the abatement of certain vegetation overgrowth. Trustee Warder,
Yes, Mayor.
give a motion, please, on this item.
A motion to defer. Refer to legal and ordinance for
Okay.
further discussion.
So we have a motion to refer it to committee.
Second.
And second, was that trustee, was that Oliniechek? Okay, thank you. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you very much. This brings us to item 13, Resolution 181250, a resolution waiving the competitive bidding requirements and authorizing the contract pertaining to the purchase of digital radios for the Oak Lawn Police Department. May I have a motion on 13, please?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder made that motion. Do I have a
Second.
second? Trustee Stalker is our second. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 14 is Resolution 181251, a resolution waiving the competitive bidding requirements and approving the purchase of Village Green playground equipment. May I have a motion on 14, please?
Move to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Phelan made that motion.
I'll
Do I have a
second.
Seconded by Trustee Vorder. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
15 is the appeal of an adverse decision by the Appeals Board for a second parking facility and setback variations at 5555 West 90th Street. This vote failed 1-4. Petition number A183. John Novak is the petitioner in District 2. May I have a motion on 15, please?
Motion to approve and grant him his variance.
We have a motion to approve by Trustee Oliniechek. Is there a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
Trustee Vorder is our second. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 16 is the village clerk's report. Jane?
Approval of semi-monthly disbursements, number 2018-11D, dated June 12, 2018, in the amount of $8,526,326.39.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion on 16A, please?
So moved.
Thank you. Trustee, that was Trustee Streit. Any second?
Second.
Trustee Stalker is our second. Thank you. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Just want to thank everybody that made St. Catherine's Carnival this past weekend a huge success. You had a booth, your family. All the volunteers were incredible, and thanks for all the residents and people from neighboring areas that attended it. It was simply wonderful. That's it.
Thank you. Okay, that brings us to 18, Village President's Report. 18A is Resolution 18-1252, a resolution granting current liquor license holders the option to request a temporary extension to their hours of operation on Sundays exclusively for the airing of the 2018 World Cup matches, beginning before the sale of alcoholic liquor is allowed in the morning. May I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Oliniechek made that
Second.
motion, seconded by Trustee Streit. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
I'd like to vote for Tim, too, yes and
So what this means is for establishments, if they would like to be open for World Cup, and it's going to be in Russia, which I think is 8 hours different. So they need to write a letter requesting that. They can't just do that. The village has to have a record of it. But please call the village if that's something that your establishment is interested in doing. And should be pretty exciting for those who are really into it. B is a request to approve the local liquor advisory board recommendation for Class IV liquor license. This is bar, entertainment allowed, video gaming, and Class N liquor license. And like Nancy, this is the outdoor patio for Cullen's Pub, 9953 Southwest Highway. This was a 3-0 vote to approve in District 3. May I have a motion on 17B, please?
Move for approval.
Thank you. That was Trustee Streit. Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Stalker, thank you. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
yes.
Motion.
Thank you. And the petitioner is here, correct? Is there anything you want to say about your establishment?
I was just gonna say, I'm looking forward
If you could come to the podium, state your name, and just let us know if you live in Oak Lawn.
Darla Pitts, no, I live in Mount Green, Chicago.
Thank you.
Just want to say I'm looking forward to being a part of your community, an active part of your community, and running a nice business, and hopefully adding food to their menu eventually, and be able to
You
make you guys proud of what I'm gonna do over there.
You have quite a reputation as a chef, and so we're excited to see what you can do there. It'll be great. So this is a change in ownership.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and best of luck.
Guys.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. So then we have an ordinance, C, ordinance 18-1244, an ordinance decreasing and increasing the number of Class IV and N liquor licenses that can be issued in the village. This is Cullen's Pub, located at 9953 Southwest Highway. May I have a motion, please, on C?
Move for approval.
Thank you. That was Trustee Streit, and we
Second.
have second Trustee Stalker again, as well. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. D is a request to approve the local liquor advisory board recommendation for a Class U liquor license. This is non-restaurant, bring your own beer and wine art studio for Huesca Art Studio. This was a 3-0 vote to approve in District 1. May I have a motion on D?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder made that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Trustee Streit. And any discussion? Oh, that was Trustee Oliniechek. You guys have to switch up your voice a little.
If it was Trustee Straight, he'd sound like this.
Well, okay then. So we have Trustee Oliniechek as our second. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Thank you, Trustee Oliniechek.
Passes.
And then E is ordinance 18-1245, an ordinance increasing the number of Class U liquor licenses that can be issued in the village. Huesca Art Studio, located at 8708 South Ridgeland Avenue. May I have a motion on E, please?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder made that motion.
Second.
Trustee Oliniechek is our second. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
And I don't think the petitioner's here for that one. Okay, very good. That is a paint party place, so for those of you who are looking for a place to have your paint party, check them out at 87th and Ridgeland. Under general village matters, I just want to thank our outgoing Chief Tutko. He was a very, very good man to work with, good communicator, brought a lot of ideas in, and did a lot of very good things in his short time here. I wish him the very best. And I want to welcome the new chiefs again and our deputy. And Alex, I couldn't say more than you did about our loss with Mr. Kazmierczak. Very sad news. Our condolences on behalf of the village to the family. With that, we have item 18, Executive Session 2018-07, for the purpose of discussing, number one, the purchase or lease of real property, and two, reviewing for approval of closed meeting minutes 2018-06, dated May 22nd, 2018. May I have a motion on 18, please?
Motion approved.
Trustee Vorder made that motion,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Stalker. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit? Yes. Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Lanechek?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. So we're going to adjourn to executive session, or just go into executive session. Thank you, everyone, for coming. At this point, we clear the room and talk about business that is not for open session. Thank you.